about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in week 4. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go. Check. Check.
They'll start on the ground. Hall to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The play fake. Here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Finding room at midfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school. And one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Come on, set.
Here's Wilson to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Washington now brings this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, Starks. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Starks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Going right back to Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, 1st quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen. They need for it to happen now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Starks. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because
play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dameon Pierce, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. The Jets had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to look deep for more. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Elijah Moore, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll go again with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, starts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
19 right. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. 19 tight.
On first down, starts, buying time to his left. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Able to fight for about 4 yards.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
19.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Starks. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now a carry for Sanders, and he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Another run with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
97 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Eagles.
John Mechie
from 3 yards out.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level.
Elliott now to have the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wilson. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now it's Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Throwing is Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Warriors 17. 18. Pioneer. Cowboy 80.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
18 Rattler.
Operating from the gun, Starks. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. 2nd interception for him now here in his 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to? And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Wilson fires quickly for Davis.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. I think this is a free play for Wilson. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Throwing again here, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
166 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run the option left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Sanders off the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Tackle on that play by Quinton Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. The baseball folks, Charles, they like to talk about the 3 true outcomes, a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. But for this quarterback, it's been the 2 true outcomes here. He's got 4 touchdown passes, but now a 3rd interception.
And it pains you to think that you have to try and tell him to rein it in. But at the same time, you can't just chuck it up there and hope for the best. And old school football coaches will tell you there's 3 true outcomes throwing the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
Look at 19.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Wilson. He will find Davis on the left side, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's good.
On 1st down, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
This offense so far on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Starts. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ready, ready.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They will look to flush the memory of that pick-6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. They'll give to Hall. And some room to work. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off play action. Starts. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Hurry, hurry!
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 8 yards to go on second down.
Referee! Broncos!
Operating from the gun. Starks. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hot 70. Drop 60. Drop 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 Wyatt.
Back to throw.
That swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Elliott on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
There's Hall bringing in another one. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And that will get him another first down, but the clock certainly working against him.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's Wilson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Wilson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Wilson. Open man right side is Ingram. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Running right, here's Sanders.
To about the 40-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. Seven Pirates.
Off the play fake. Starks.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing with such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A give running left. It's Sanders.
Spins by. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on foot. As Sanders has it pumped free. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Barton, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's a big play guy. In this case, they defended it well and knocked it away.
Here's Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. They'll go again with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Jets, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here.